Hi everyone, today we're doing a lesson about why it's important for us to have a daily routine and create a schedule. Now that we're doing distance learning and we're in shelter in place, it's very important for us to learn how to manage our time. So let's get started. During distance learning, we're doing all of our schoolwork from home. And establishing a routine and writing a daily schedule can help you stay organized and learn how to manage your time. Let's talk about why is it important to have a daily routine, ideas to create your schedule, and what to add to it? So you might be thinking, why is it important to have a schedule? So, when we're thinking about why it's very important for us to establish a routine at home or create a schedule, you want to be thinking about how you're spending your time. You know how when you go to school, you get there at a certain time and you know when you're going to have math or science or even go to lunch. We want to be able to do that at home as well. So, creating your schedule can help you organize your time. It can also be a lot of fun. Here are some things that you want to consider when you're thinking about your daily routine. You want to try to wake up at the same time every day and also to have a bedtime. This can help you have enough time during the day to do all the things that you need to do and also have enough time to rest. We want to think about the time that we're spending for our schoolwork, and we also want to add time for breaks and to have fun. So let's create our schedule. So this is what your daily schedule might look like. You want to think about the time when you want to do certain things, and you also want to think about the activities that you want to accomplish. So let's say that I'm a student, and this is what my daily schedule would look like. I would think about waking up every day at 8 a.m. And I would also like to add what time I'm planning to have breakfast. But most important, I want to make sure for myself that I start doing my schoolwork at 9. And as you can see, I also added time for breaks, my time for lunch. I wanted to add when I am going to read every day. And something fun that I can also do is decide at what time of the day I want to have PE. And at home, you can do something outside in your yard or you can do a fun activity inside the house. And in my schedule, I decided that around 2 p.m., that's when I normally would end my school day. So that's when I have free time to do any other activity that I want. And at 8 p.m., that would be my bedtime. This is another example of what your daily schedule can look like. Maybe you don't want to add the exact times, but you want to add the order in which you want to do things. Or if you want to be a little bit more specific and you want to add the time and you also want to think about when you're doing math or science or your other activities, you can do that as well. Here are some more helpful ideas during distance learning. You want to think about finding a place at home where you can do your work. And I know that's going to be different for everyone, and it sometimes can be a challenge to find a place, but we want to make sure that we either are doing our work in the dining table or if you have a room where you can work on your stuff. We also want to make sure that before you start doing your work, you have everything you need. For example, for me, that means that before I sit down, I know that I'm going to have my computer, that I'm going to have my notebook, everything that I need to do my work. And this is very important. You want to try to avoid distractions. If you're anything like me, I like to play video games and I make sure that they're not close to me when I'm going to start. So that way I can focus on my work. And another thing during this time is we want to learn how to ask for help. If there's someone at home that can help you when you have a question, that's great. But also make sure that you're reaching out to your teacher if you feel like the work is too hard or if you have any questions. it's very important that when we are doing our work, we want to have brain breaks. And if you want to set the timer and you have want to have 10 minutes when you do something fun, when you get up, when you have a drink of water, then that helps you continue with your work later on. I want you to remember that it's also important to be flexible. I know we're creating our daily schedule, but days are different, and there are going to be times when you're going to be able to follow your schedule, and there are times when you're not. So, this is just a guide for you to have an idea of how you want to spend your time, but it doesn't have to be that way all the time. Also, remember that this is different for all of us, and we are all learning and we are all in this together. Now that you know why it's important for you to have a daily routine and you have a lot of ideas on how to create a schedule, how about you start working on it? And you can ask your parents to help you can ask your siblings. Just remember to make something that works for you and to have a lot of fun.